what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1, volume 4 of the Fantasy Formula.
Quattro.
Guess what? We're back. After a 6-month hiatus, them Hickory boys are back in the booth, ready to bring their fine listeners all the fantasy info they love and need. Joining me today, August 7th, 2014, in the lovely downtown area of Hickory, North Carolina, in the beautiful Mesh Studios, the place where dreams happen. Please welcome our producer.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Please welcome our producer and 2-time Emmy winner. He's Jay Dynamite Johnson.
Yes.
Woo! Tucked away in a booth, surrounded by pictures of scantily clad women. Let me introduce our other producer. His name is Chris Magic Hands Fry. To my right, doing push-ups and jumping jacks as we speak, weighing in at a svelte 226 pounds. He's the embroidery ambassador. He's the t-shirt tycoon. He's Addison Fox.
Oh my God! I'm about to explode.
He's very excited.
I'm excited. Chad, I'm
He's
excited.
Very excited. And of course, the man who brings it all together, the 5-time champ, the king of Sting, the pigskin professional. He's yours truly, Chad, the Hitman.
What an introduction! I am fucked up.
Yes, sir.
Chad.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Chad.
We're so glad to
Chad.
be back here with you.
I think it moved. I mean, you got me all this. Woo!
Yeah, he's
Good
sweating.
Lord.
He's sweating. The dude just did 20
Man.
push-ups, sit-ups, did some other thing, burpees.
Hey, I'm
He's-
30 pounds lighter from this time last year, buddy.
You look good.
That's right.
That's
That's
why
right.
I made that reference to your weight. I mean, you're looking lean and mean,
That's right.
Addison.
That's right.
Speaking of lean and mean, buddy, let's talk about
My wife. I'm sorry, my bad. Okay.
Let's talk about how the last 6 months, because we've been gone. You know,
Yes.
our listeners, they've missed us, I'm sure.
The fan mail. I mean,
Yeah, let's give
fan mail's been crazy. Keep going.
Yeah, so tell me about some of the fan mail. It has been pouring in. You know, they've missed us. They want to know kind of how your son's been going, Little G, right? How's Little G doing?
All right. First, that's incorrect because it's
Big G.
Big Bam Bigelow. Big G. He is.
Got it.
He's already destroyed one refrigerator. Literally, physically destroyed the refrigerator. Little man's awesome. He's 2.5 years old. He's great.
Wow.
He's throwing football with daddy.
Cool.
Can't catch. Takes it right in the grill when you throw it to him. But that's all right. He's learning.
He's learning. He's getting there.
Yeah, but he's awesome. I'm excited to be back. I've been thinking about this all day.
Wonderful.
Chad, I'm so excited. I checked the stats. Over 19,000 downloads.
19,000 downloads.
Even the off season,
Wow.
they had to hear us. Even recordings were bigger than John Boy and Billy. Our recording, people want to hear us even when it's not live.
I love it. What do you think it is? Do you think it's your voice or,
Yeah, I think
Probably
I think
me.
they want me to find another name to massacre.
Probably so, because you've already done a good job with Ben Rosenberger. Actually, I got a text today specifically about that because I mentioned to some of my friends that the Fantasy Formula was coming back, and they wanted me to make sure I mentioned they need to hear Rosenberger one time from me.
And
Can we
Danny,
go ahead and get it?
I'm a double.
Can we go ahead and get one Rosenberger?
Rosenberger.
Thank you very much. Well, there you go, Chad Link. That Rosenberger's for you. So, Addison, it is good to see you, man. Yeah, during our 6-month hiatus, it's been I've lived
And yourself?
I've lived a pretty good life. I turned 40. So I know it's
you really
hard to
40?
believe this
Are you really 40?
good-looking man looks so young and beautiful. I'm actually 40 years old. So
Dude, you're old.
For my 40th birthday party, my wife and I and a couple of our friends, we flew to Mexico, had a great week in Mexico, all-inclusive, just beautiful people all over the place. It was during World Cup, so we got to watch all the games, all-inclusive, drinking Mai Tais and pina coladas on the beach.
Why didn't I make the cut?
You're not that important to me. But, however, Addison, you are important enough to be here today.
That's right.
As we get fantasy football kicked into gear.
I am. I'm sweating. I'm beating up over here.
You are.
I'm like Jeremy eating hot wings. I mean, I'm beating up over here.
Addison, man, they really wanted us just to come in here and kind of get everybody hyped up about the fact that fantasy football is right around the corner. So really, we were just supposed to introduce ourselves and kind of get out of here.
Oh,
but you know what?
Are we done?
That's what they wanted us to do.
Peace out, bitches. I'm out. All right.
But we can't go out like that. We got to give our listeners something to remember this opening weekend of Volume 4.
Is there a camera I can strip? I can
Please
do
no.
that.
Please no, sir.
Okay.
We want to keep our fans.
It was option.
So
Podcast,
what we
video.
want to do, if everybody's got just a few minutes, Addison and I participated in a mock draft just the other day where we went 16 rounds. It was a half-point PPR, one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, a flex, tight end, defense, and kicker that you start. And we want to go through this mock, just kind of breeze through it and give our listeners something that they can take with them in case they have a draft this weekend, as we do here.
And something that I talked about when we first started, or before we came on there, was that, a lot of people draft. Most of the people that are doing fantasy football now, it's been around a while, are seasoned veterans. And it picks are performance based. Or sometimes, man, you go with that gut.
Yeah.
And this year, with a parity across the board in positions, and you got some people there's some good players coming into their third year, that magical year performance. Are these first rounds, critical rounds, your starters, are these gut or performance? Are you going to bump, say, Giovanni Bernard? I think he's going to blow up. Is he worthy of a first round? If you're later, is he going to be a late first round pick? Ladies and gentlemen, I think he is. But that's neither here nor there. Gut performance or performance based. And when we talk about picks, Chad, gut, performance.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'll speak to that briefly before we jump into this thing. Typically, my first 2 to 3 rounds are always I go by the book. I want to be safe. And so I won't really go for my gut picks until a little bit later on. But yeah, I feel you. Normally, I go by the book first 3 rounds, and then I start letting my gut tell me what to do after that. Maybe that's why I finished in last.
Generally, it's like the 5th of Grey Goose is telling you what to do after the 4th round. But that's
tequila mixed in
I got you.
Too, you know what I'm saying? So, buddy, without further ado, let's jump in this thing.
Let's do this
quick. So, what I'm going to do is just call out the number and the pick that went, and tell everybody. Actually, you drafted in the 4th slot, Addison, in this mock. I drafted in the 10th slot. So here you go. Let's go get them. The first pick, Jamal Charles, came off the board. Not a big surprise there.
Solid.
He's kind of going off in the top 2. AP went second. The next was LaShawn McCoy at 3, and Matt Forte, top 4.
Performance based.
Not
a big Matt Forte fan, but if he's there, he's out of the backfield. Cutler's not a good quarterback. Can't get enough performance.
I like the pick at Matt Forte at the 4th pick for you, Addison. Those 4 running backs, ADP value, they're going off. Almost 90% of the leagues, they're
standard
going
or PPR doesn't change.
They're going off, exactly. Bingo. The next spot here, Team 5, Calvin Johnson. That's our first wide receiver, went off the board in the 5th spot, followed by Peyton, our first quarterback off the draft board.
Reach.
We'll talk about that here in a second because I agree with you. Eddie Lacy at the 7th spot, Marshawn Lynch, 8th spot. Jimmy Graham, 9.
Strong.
And then I come in here at Demaryius Thomas with the 10 spot. Some may say a little early for a wide receiver, Demaryius Thomas.
Last year, points machine, and there's no reason for it to change this year.
And Peyton Manning is his quarterback, so come on.
I had him last year. Baller.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
And one other thing to think about, the other running backs that were left in that area, your DeMarco Murrays, your Doug Martins, your Arian Fosters, I think Demaryius Thomas is going to score more points than those guys. So I went for Demaryius there in the 10th spot. The 11th hole there, DeMarco Murray, Dallas Cowboys running back, went there. And the last pick of round 1, Arian Foster, the banged-up running back for Houston. Addison, anything kind of stand out as a really solid pick or a really bad pick in round 1 for you?
The one solid pick is honestly – I had Demaryius Thomas last year. I know I'm going with a different philosophy this year as of a few last year time we'll draft. because I've looked back at I've improved. I won division last year, made playoffs, but based
What
on
league are we talking about? Is this the made up?
the one we're in tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I wouldn't have
first year in the
that
league. I mean, that's how I roll, Chad. It's coming rookie dominating.
Okay.
Now
I wasn't
that
in
being
that
said,
league.
that being said, now see, why'd you get me all flustered? Now I'm looking at picks over here.
He's
Go ahead.
flustered.
No,
yeah, let's just move on.
I'm
Okay,
going. I'm done. I'm done.
He can't remember his train of thoughts. Here
No.
we go. So that finishes round one. Round two, the first pick of round two, it went Doug Martin. That's the running back from Tampa Bay. Last year, Doug Martin typically went in the top 3 picks. He slides all the way down to the first pick of round two. And to be honest, I think he could slide further than that.
The question was what you asked me. I think Peyton Manning and DeMarco Murray are not first-round picks. I think DeMarco Murray, even though he had reach, I think he could have picked him up in the second round. There's going to be issues there halfway through the season. Everything will change. Peyton Manning could have got him second round. There's some more performance players, granted, to Peyton, but, I think that was a reach.
Gotcha. As we said, round two, Doug Martin was the first pick there, followed by A.J. Green, pick 14. Second pick of round two, like A.J. Green this year, followed by another wide receiver. I chose Dez Bryant in that 15-hole third pick of round two. So look what I've done, ladies and gentlemen. My first 2 picks, Demaryius Thomas, Dez Bryant. It's a half-point PPR. These dudes are gold in this format. Normally, Addison, as you know, every draft we've done for the last 10 years in Hickory, I'm always running back. I have completely ditched that theory. I'm going with a new strategy.
Wait.
I'm going
last year.
wide receiver.
Last year you went wide receiver.
I went Doug Martin. Martin, and he was a complete bust.
That's right. You finished.
And I had Demaryius Thomas in
finished
that league too.
2 and something.
Finished last place.
in 2 leagues, I think.
So it's time to
Your
scrap.
total record in 2 leagues was 4
It's
and
time
24.
to scrap that. That's in our
4
past. That's in our past, friend.
and 24.
It's in our past. We're moving forward. This is
My
a new day.
2-year-old son could do better than that, picking colors.
Well, bring him up here. Let me challenge him.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Dez Bryant was my pick, third pick of round two, followed by Monte Ball, Brandon Marshall, Le'Veon Bell, your man Giovanni Bernard. And I know you liked him, and you probably, would probably grab him there, but he went a couple picks earlier than you had, right?
Boys and girls, this is where you gotta. This is where this year I think is a little different than years past. I think there are a lot of 2-3 year players out there that you could go with your gut. Now it's a crapshoot. It is. You could reach. You're gonna be taking shots when your boy's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" But the Giovanni Bernards, I think Alfred Morris is gonna be solid. I mean, I have some gut feelings based on Eddie Lacy's moved up, but like Giovanni Bernards, there are a couple of those out back in the later rounds you need to look at too that, you can take a reach on. Take the abuse, but you know what? Middle of the year, when they're solid,
you'll be laughing. You'll be the one laughing at them, right? That's right. After that Giovanni Bernard pick, Julio Jones went right before you. You chose in the spot Aaron Rodgers, who I've got crazy high hopes for. I think he will be the best quarterback this year, so I like him in round two. Let me ask you this, Addison. If Giovanni had fallen to your spot there, yes. 21st pick, would you have chosen him instead of Aaron Rodgers?
Based on I would probably, I did this draft a little bit differently. I was doing some feelers out here and there, but I'm going after last year's injuries wave started hitting the league. Your wide receivers dime a dozen. You need running backs like you need teeth. You need a bunch of them, and you need running backs, running back, all the way down.
See, I'm going with,
but Aaron Rodgers was there point wise. I'm trying a little something different, see where it works.
Exactly. So in these mock drafts, which I suggest everyone try a couple, go on ESPN, CBS Sports, Yahoo, whatever. Do a couple mock drafts because it creates different scenarios. Right. Draft early, draft late. Pick a quarterback early, pick a wide receiver early, whatever. Switch it up and see what you feel most comfortable.
I was tempted. It's early, but Zach Stacy was there, and you know what? I think he is bound. Although he's another Giovanni, he's another second, third year back. Yeah, he could blow up.
Well, let's get through this second round first. Right after Aaron Rodgers, which I liked your pick, Addison, Drew Brees, another quarterback goes off the board. So now that's 3 quarterbacks going in the first 2 rounds. Alfred Morris behind Drew Brees, and the last pick of round 2 was Jordy Nelson, wide receiver at Green Bay, who could have a monster year. The one thing that I really liked in round 2, I'm with you, man. I think Giovanni Bernard is going to have a breakout year. That's a little early for me to pick, but I'm going to draft him. If I have the shot, I'm going to get him in round 2. If he falls somewhere in round 2, a little bit later,
he's going to be. And that's
I'm going to pick him.
Based on the other, he's going to be around 2. But that's when you say you're in one of these positions, and look, I have a gut feeling you're going to think I'm crazy, but after watching when Aaron Foster went down and watching Ben Tate run, look, boys and girls, I'm a believer. That man could be the hardest runner I've ever seen. And you know what? I see him up in Cleveland, and that's the AFC North's a pound of ground. He could put up some numbers up there.
Well, that leads me. Your Ben Tate comment leads me to the next round. Really, it's round 3, and let's a couple picks go off the board before you get to choose your third round pick. Julius Thomas,
Early.
the tight end for Denver.
How?
A little early for me. He's
Way
going
early.
to catch a lot of balls,
But
it's
not-
because of Peyton. That Peyton's throwing to him. That's
I
why
understand
people
that.
are drafting him. I think early too. I'm with you.
Okay, and that being said, why is Randall Cobb still on the board? He's still on the board.
Check it out. See what happens in round 3. So next we got Alshon Jeffrey, the other wide receiver in
Baller.
Chicago.
Going to be a
Huge year last year. So think about Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey. Brandon goes in the second.
if they had a quarterback.
Jeffrey goes in the third. A lot of balls to go around there. I like Chicago's offense this year. So in the 4th spot, round 3, Addison Fox selects Zach Stacy.
He
running
fell,
back
which
for the Rams.
it blew my mind that he. I mean, I thought maybe I think a little. Maybe that's been my downfall. But I've had some good upswing on some players in the last few years, and I can't. Zach Stacy, I think, is going to be a baller.
Zach Stacy is high on a lot of people's boards. I don't really like Zach Stacy much. I think late 3rd, early 4th for sure. You got him in the 3rd, no worries there.
Well, I mean, I would say late 2nd, 1st, 3rd. I mean, he wasn't going to be around. Came around, and I think there's more upside to him this year being a third year
starter. Yeah, and he's a starter for sure. Last year he kind of fell into the position, but now he's the starter. The 5th pick, round 3, right after your Zach Stacy. There's your Ben Tate. Did you?
I was going
back and forth about
but Ben
these
Tate,
picks.
Cleveland, there could be some excitement there. But everybody saw Ben Tate he runs over people.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
If he can stay healthy, that's the big question. I'm a little worried about that Cleveland offense too, but we'll see how Ben Tate does. This first year of really being the leader,
and I'm anxious to see that. And I think Cleveland does have a decent line, so whatever they're going. I don't know. Depending on who's the starter going to be, Hoyer canceling the ball. They've had some Gordon being out. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Running game may be a little suspect. I don't know.
After the Tate pick, the 5th pick in round 3 goes to Andre Johnson. Then followed by Andre Ellington. Rob Gronkowski, tight end from New England, goes late 3rd, followed by Reggie Bush. Then my pick comes up here, 3rd round, Randall Cobb. I get Randall Cobb, 3rd round, 10th pick.
That blows my mind.
I love that. I love that there. Vincent Jackson's followed up there, and Larry Fitzgerald. So, real quick, just our first 3 picks. Addison's team so far, Matt Forte, Aaron Rodgers, and Zach Stacy. That's solid. The only thing you're missing right now, you don't have a wide receiver yet, but there's lots of wide receiver.
Dime a dozen.
My team, we start with Demarius Thomas, Des Bryant, and Randall Cobb. Holy cow, that is a wide receiver bunch. However, I'm sacrificing running backs. Look at what I've done. I got 3 wide receivers. No, not 1 running back on my board.
Are those half points that important?
Now, let's see what happens. Exactly. Let's see how it goes. So round 4, we get back on the horse now. So Pierre Garçon, as we like to call him here at the Fantasy Formula. First pick of round 4 goes off the board. I like Pierre Garçon. He's dealing with a hamstring issue right now, though, so in training camp or whatever. Hopefully he can stay healthy, because if he does, wow, big things for Pierre Garçon. C.J. Spiller goes 2nd pick, round 4, right before I draft, and I drafted Ryan Matthews. If Spiller was there, I'm taking Spiller there. But now, I have to have a running back.
This is Spiller's 4th?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, 4th year.
Injuries gone?
I'm
asking.
It's make or break for him. If he doesn't do anything this year, he's gone.
What do you think?
He's gone. I think he's going to have a good year. I think this is his year.
I think these guys head off straight. Because, he's had flashes of freaking brilliance.
Last year,
oh my God, he just broke loose.
The team announced last year that he was dealing with an ankle injury, like a bad ankle injury the whole year, and played through it. And he still did what he did. Granted, it wasn't a great year.
Yeah.
So he's healthy. Ooh. Watch out.
And the year before that, going the latter part of the year, he put up, if he had equated those numbers the whole season, because he only started so many games, he'd had like 1,700 yards rushing.
I like the value round 4, C.J. Spiller. Believe me, I picked right after him and selected Ryan Matthews. I wish Spiller was there because I'd like to have him.
Right.
Ryan Matthews, we can talk about. Let's just give him 15 seconds. He had a great year last year. We hated him up to last year. Remember, he actually performed well.
We had hating posters. We had urinal cakes with his picture on them.
So what do you think in round 4? He's my RB1. See, I think he's better as an RB2, but he's my first running back, so I'm going to have to put him in that spot. If he stays healthy, I think it's solid, a lower version RB1. What do you think?
The fact that you're saying Ryan Matthews is your RB1 is the reason you were 4-24 last year.
No, that's let's not talk about last year. We're moving forward.
I'm going to buy you some Ryan Matthews urinal cakes.
Thank you very much. The next pick following my Ryan Matthews was Deshaun Jackson, wide receiver, Washington. Then Matthew Stafford goes off the board, round 4. Could have a huge year. Got weapons all around him. Following Stafford, we've got Crabtree. Then Frank Gore, 2 San Francisco 49ers go off the board back-to-back. Keenan Allen, the rookie sensation last year, goes 44th. Victor Cruz, 45. And the last pick of round 4.
Roddy!
No, I'm sorry, that's not the last pick of round 4. But Roddy goes. And then the last 2 picks of round 4, Wes Welker, followed by Cam Newton. Addison, you actually grabbed Victor Cruz there as your wide receiver 1 in round 4. I love him. This is why I love Victor Cruz in this spot. Eli's got a new coordinator that came in, right? They're going to start running a little bit more of that West Coast offense. Victor Cruz fills that role perfect because it's like 3-step drop, 5-step drop, and get rid of it. Victor Cruz can beat anybody just quick off the line. He might catch 100 balls this year. That point PPR.
That being said.
Yeah. What?
Eli.
What do you think about Eli this year?
Look, Eli is huge upside. I mean, but he could be a cellar dweller like that.
Yeah.
I mean, first game of the year, he throws 3 picks, but he throws for 490-some yards.
Exactly.
So I've had him last year. I've had faith in him. He throws big numbers, but he can crush you.
Eli, is he a starting quarterback in fantasy football 2014?
No, not right now.
I agree. Not right now. All right, round 5. Here we go. So first pick of round 5. This is the 49th selection. Percy Harvin goes off the board, followed by Andrew Luck, 4th quarterback off the board. Toby Gerhart, the starting running back in Jacksonville, goes off the board in round 5. Let's talk about this real quick.
Whoever chugged the freaking bottle.
Dude, but do you know Toby Gerhart's role this year? He's the number 1 running back in Jacksonville.
That's great.
So you think that's a terrible pick?
Yes.
Where would you? So
Okay.
it's Toby Gerhart. He's off your draft board then, right? You're not going to draft
All
him.
right, let me ask you a question. Who's better,
MJD?
John Drew or Toby Gerhart?
When? Now? Like at this exact moment?
Yeah.
MJD is the better runner. MJD is now in Oakland.
Okay. Wait,
Okay. So
he didn't do dick
right
in Jacksonville here because their line sucks. And Toby Gerhart, it has no experience as a starter, and all they're doing is getting a big. Actually, he's a smart white boy. Just to stick your head in there. He's like a Larry Zonka of this native run. Just run.
Let's make a quick bet. Here's a bet. Me and you. Toby Gerhart, at the end of the year, will have more rushing yards than MJD. Do you want to bet?
Oh, this bet.
This is a beer. This is a beer bet. I'll take Gerhart. You got MJD.
No, but
beer.
the market. No, because you got too
sissy.
You got too many.
Oh, what a sissy.
McFadden.
Come on.
McFadden.
He sucks. That dude has not proven anything. Just make the bet. Let's go on.
All right, so I got MJD?
You got MJD.
Fine.
All right. Bingo. Shake. Done.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Team 4, Addison Fox. Now, I thought this was a little early, but you draft Vernon Davis, round 5. Did you really
Points
like what did you
machine
think?
last year.
In this San Francisco offense, I worry about Vernon Davis.
No.
Let me tell you, listen to who's around him. Would you have rather had any of these guys? Stephen Ridley?
No. Run back by committee. No.
Trent Richardson went after him?
No, iffy.
Torrey Smith?
I was torn.
Yeah.
But Vernon Davis is more consistent in a PPR league as a tight end with that offense that they're running.
I have heard something, too, that San Francisco is going to open up their offense a little bit more so Colin Kaepernick can throw more. And if that's the case, then Vernon Davis could be a solid selection.
He was a stud last year in points. He single-handedly, he's tight end. But there were multiple 20-point games.
Yeah. Pick 56, round 5, went Ray Rice. Everybody knows all the trouble he's having off the field.
Question. Stop.
Go ahead.
This is important. This is important.
Go ahead.
Now, he's gone the
2
first
games.
Right.
2 games
now,
suspended.
that being said, does he get his starting role back from Bernard Pierce?
It all depends if Bernard Pierce can ball.
That being said,
Which he did not prove that to us last year. He sucked last year, Bernard Pierce. He did nothing. But he's got another chance. If he balls the first 2 games, I think Ray Rice might take a back seat to him. But Bernard Pierce has to prove it on the field.
So did you draft Bernard Pierce? Do you draft Bernard Pierce in the later round? Say
absolutely.
Okay,
no doubt about it. After Ray Rice, Rashad Jennings. He's the new running back in the New York Giants system.
I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know. I'm iffy.
He's going to get some carries. I think the Giants line stinks. But David Wilson, unfortunately, had to retire with his neck injury. There's no competition for Rashad Jennings. It's him.
Rashad Jennings when he got when he was running, he had some good games.
I think round 5, round 6, that's where he goes. So that pick's fine by me. I follow the Rashad Jennings pick. I'm next, round 5, pick 58. I pick Shane Vereen in a half-point PPR. Now my running backs, Ryan Matthews, Shane Vereen, wide receivers Demarius, Dez, and Randall Cobb.
4 and 24.
Dude, that's a good team right there. The last pick of round 5, Chris Johnson. Then the last pick of round 5 is Steven Jackson. Are you going to have Steven Jackson on any team you draft this year, Addison? In round 5 is where he went. Sir?
I'm sorry. I got some people holding out money on me. Sorry.
Okay.
What's the question?
Steven Jackson went last pick of round 5. Is he ever going to be on any of your teams?
Garbage. I don't know why. I thought literally that why is he the starter? I thought Ja'Quiz Rogers would have, stepped up. He has so much. I think he has more talent. He's a better option out of the backfield for Ryan.
I like the rookie that they drafted out of Florida State. His name's Devontae Freeman. Watch Hard Knocks. It started on Tuesday. This Freeman dude could be the answer in Atlanta because Steven Jackson's got another hamstring issue. I don't even know if he's going to see the field this year. So, guys, in our opinion, fantasy formula, do not draft Steven Jackson unless he's way late. I'm talking about like 10th round. All right, round 6 kicks off with RG3 going first pick, followed by another quarterback, Colin Kaepernick, followed by my pick of Michael Floyd. Now, this is my sleeper, kind of not really sleeper because everybody knows about him now. He's the wide receiver on the opposite side of Larry Fitzgerald. Had a breakout second half of the season last year. Had over close to 1,000 yards and had like 8 touchdowns toward the end. I picked him. I really like him as a wide receiver flex.
Your team, dude, you are putting yourself in such a hole.
Just watch and see what happens. Julian Edelman follows my Michael Floyd pick, but then Cordarrelle Patterson, everybody's sleeper of the year, he goes following Edelman. Nick Foles, another quarterback, followed by Jeremy Maclin, T.Y. Hilton, and you choose Joique Bell, the running back in Detroit, who I feel is going to have a great year.
Reggie Bush is dealing with some injury.
He's always injured. He's always injured.
So Joique, he had some when Bell went out. Even when Joique he performed when he got the opportunity. Basically, and I think there's going to be some more opportunities for him there. And at that round, it was it's minimum 50-50. And if Bush goes down with an injury, Joique Bell is on one of the top 3 offenses in the league, and he's their running back. Reggie Bush, a.k.a. Mr. Fumbleaya.
Exactly.
Joique Bell. Reggie Bush fumbles. They don't put it out. Get him in. Yeah. He's out.
Not a bad pick there. So pick 70, round 6, Emmanuel Sanders. He's got a new home. He's catching balls from Peyton now in Denver. Pretty solid at round 6. Then Jason Witten, tight end, goes off the board. And the rookie running back, Bishop Sankey for Tennessee, possibly could be the starter there, goes last pick of round 6. You know anything about this Sankey kid? The only thing I know is Sean Green is who he's competing with. Sean Green is proven to be doo-doo year in and year out. So Bishop Sankey will get his shot as a running back starter for Tennessee. Next round, we got round 7. The first pick, round 7, Eric Decker. He's in a new home, Addison. He's no longer catching balls from Peyton. Now he's catching balls from Geno Smith for the New York Jets. Good luck, Mr. Decker. Yeah. Next up, Pierre Thomas, who had a crazy PPR year last year, caught like 88 balls out of the backfield. He goes in round 7. Jordan Cameron, tight end for Cleveland, goes. And then, Addison, you go and grab Indianapolis Colts. Actually, he's probably wide receiver 2. Reggie Wayne coming off the ACL. Solid in round 7. Tell me about Reggie Wayne. Why'd you like him?
I like Reggie Wayne just because he's consistent to be a leader. He's always on the field. Hurt, banged up. He's a baller. He's going to be there. And Luck is going to throw the ball, plain and simple. And I think Reggie Wayne, I know they throw the ball. Who's the running back? Don Brown? Who is it?
No, Don Brown's gone. It's Trent Richardson.
Oh, yeah, they're throwing the ball. Yeah. They're going to spread the wealth. So.
I think so. I hope they let Andrew Luck up.
In a PPR league, in standard league, no. He's not there. Yeah. In the PPR league, yeah, I think he's there.
Okay, cool. So Reggie Wayne goes. MJD, who we bet on earlier, is off the board at number 77, round 7. Marcus Colston follows by Golden Tate. Sammy Watkins, the rookie in Buffalo, goes off the board in the 80 spot. Kendall Wright, soon to follow. And then I grab my quarterback in the 7th round. I grab Tom Brady, 7th round. What do you think about the value with Tom Brady in round 7?
That's good value, I guess. I think he's maybe a little downside. The receiver core is good.
Better than last year, but not good.
They have some people step up that, if Dobson steps up a little more than he did last year, he had a lot of expectations. He's got another year's belt. I think he could have a good year. The acquisitions on the offseason in the receiving core, I think they're all right.
You got Edelman, Amendola.
Gronk.
Gronk healthy, and they signed Brandon LaFell from the Panthers, who knows what he'll do. But just having Gronk healthy, that's big for Tom Brady.
How long is he going to be healthy, though? I don't know.
We'll see. That's true. After my pick at 82, the 7th round, 83rd pick, Terrence Williams, the Dallas wide receiver. Love him this year. And then the first defense goes off the board to Team 12, round 7, last pick of round 7.
Yeah, they got run out of the building on that pick.
Yeah, they need to drink a lot of tequila on that one. Round 8, first pick, Mike Wallace, wide receiver for the Dolphins. Last year had a so-so year. I think Mike Wallace might respond this year. Tannehill looks better. I kind of like Mike Wallace this year. Round 8 seems like a good spot.
Say that one more time.
Tannehill.
Okay, that's 4 and 24.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Next pick, Greg Olsen, tight end, Carolina Panthers, goes off in round 8. You know he's Cam's guy that he dumps off to.
You could have got him in 10.
You could have got him later. I agree with that. A little bit early there. So look what I did in round 8, Addison. I pick another quarterback. I go back-to-back quarterbacks, Tom Brady, followed by Matt Ryan.
Hey, producer, you want to be on the Form of Fantasy? This dumbass doesn't know what he's doing,
dude. You know why?
You're driving back. You got one. How many? You got what? Two running backs, and they're mid. What are you doing?
In round 8, the value wasn't really in these running backs. It seemed like I could get more value.
And there's value in Matt Ryan after you just Tom Brady.
I trade bait, or if one of them gets hurt,
trade bait.
And I could also shuffle them depending on the scenario or who they're playing. So Matt Ryan, I think it's a fantastic strategy.
Dude, are you suffering from dementia at age 40?
No,
what the hell is wrong with you?
I'm good to go. I got 5 rings, Addison. I've got 5 rings. Russell Wilson was the next pick off the board after Matt Ryan.
I'm still staring at him in shock.
Cecil Shorts follows. 90 spot in round 8, Chris Ivory. Fred Jackson next, Bernard Pearson, and you go grab Danny Woodhead, San Diego running back.
I'm defending this only in the PPR league. Woodhead, he fourth, man. He gets balls out of the backfield.
I like it.
He averaged like 6, 7. I mean, he's going to be on a bench player, but hey,
yeah,
bye weeks and
bye-week player. I like Danny Woodhead. Riley Cooper right behind them. Y'all keep your eyes on Riley Cooper. He has not participated in any camp or
racist.
He's a little banged up, so he has not participated yet for the Eagles. Dwayne Bowe goes second to last pick in round 8, and Darren Sproles rounds up round 8.
Is Darren Sproles over? Is his glory days over?
He's an Eagle now, dude. You know how they like to get the ball, to their running backs.
You know who I'm shocked? I
think he might be a good pick.
Bryce Brown.
Buffalo Bill.
I know, but is he still going to get lost? I thought this kid, after those 2 games, was like, yeah, here he comes. Let's
talk about this. You make a good point. Fred Jackson is old. C.J. Spiller, if he doesn't have a year, they're not going to sign him again. They gave up a 4th round pick for Bryce Brown. That means he's in the mix.
And this would be his 3rd year in the league. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he was the top recruited high school running back coming out of high, and had a little detour, but put up some.
He's got all the talent in the world.
2nd all-time leading rusher in high school football or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, all the talent in the world. So watch that pick. If you could get Bryce Brown late as a sleeper, and I want to say Bert and C.J. Spiller doesn't perform, they'll put Bryce Brown in. They'll play him.
Yeah, and you got to remember, they put him in with McCoy. Everybody remembers that 2 games in a row. Ran for 400 yards, something like that. He
had quite the end of the season. All right, so here, let's wrap this thing up. Round 9, first pick, round 9, Hakeem Nicks, now with the Indianapolis Colts. Not too high on Hakeem Nicks. He's always banged up. Tony Romo goes quarterback Dallas, second pick, round 9, followed by Darren McFadden, Anquan Bolden. Jay Cutler, the quarterback for Chicago, goes in round 9. D'Angelo Williams, running back, Carolina Panther, with Jonathan Stewart hurt again.
Actually, I take that back.
He's got it. I think he'll.
I like D'Angelo as a runner more so than John Stewart.
Because you never see John Stewart because he's always hurt. You know what I'm saying?
John Stewart's kind of just a blunt, run through a wall. D'Angelo runs a little flair.
Yeah,
he's got flair.
I like D'Angelo too.
He's got flair. I know. Never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. All right. So 103 spot, round 9. Dennis Pitta, tight end, Baltimore Ravens. He was hurt last year. He's back in the mix. DeAndre Hopkins for the Texans off the board at 104, followed by Kyrie Robinson. He's that little running back for the Saints. That's a little early for me, but a lot of people are speaking highly that he might get a lot of the carries there.
He's got some jets. Yeah. He's got some jets.
And he ain't scared to run you over either. Woo. Lamar Miller, third to last pick, round 9, followed by Greg Jennings and Danny Amendola. I actually selected Lamar Miller. Now I remember this. Round 9. They say he's going to get first down and second down carries for the Dolphins with Noshawn Marino coming off that injury. He's a little banged up. Noshawn might be the third down back. So if the Dolphins' offense is they got to be better than last year.
How long will that last with Noshawn as third string. Even coming off the injury.
What if he's hurt, though? If he's hurt, somebody got to get the carries. So that's why I grabbed. I thought there was some value in Lamar Miller. He has proven nothing. I agree with you.
Okay.
But maybe this is his year. Let's bounce into round 10. We had Trey Mason, the running back from Auburn last year. He's Zach Stacy's backup, and people in St. Louis are saying he might get the nod come midseason if Zach Stacy is not getting the job done. Second pick, round 10, LeGarrette Blount, followed by Christine Michael. That's who I drafted. He's the backup to Seattle. If Marshawn Lynch, any injuries
And Christine
or anything,
Michael is, I tell you what.
that dude he can play if he gets the shot. If he gets the shot.
Remember, no, it was, I drafted him 15th round, like one of the last picks.
Yeah.
And then they had the preseason game. He was on kickoff return. I mean, just ran one back. There's jets, boy. He's got some jets.
So you are challenging like my draft strategy. What I've done, wide receivers early, then I just load up on all running backs till the
They
last
have
part.
not proven dick.
Upside. Okay?
Dude, this wall's got upside, but I'm not going to draft it, you tard.
Oh, Addison.
What do you...
5 rings, son.
Dude, you got 5
We gotta
rings
get
when
through
nobody was
We gotta
playing
get through
fantasy.
this. Christine, were you playing? Yes. Christine Michael was my pick, followed by No Sean Marino goes off the board at 112. Sean Green, followed by Mark Ingram. Donald Brown is now a San Diego Charger. Keep your eye on him. Steve Smith, the one that used to be a Panther, is now with the Ravens. Followed by Jeremy Hill. He's the running back rookie.
Jeremy Hill will be the solid number 2.
Cincinnati Bengal.
They're going to cut. Everybody says he's going to keep the law firms will stay there. Law firms gone.
I thought he was already gone. Is he still there?
I think he's still there. I haven't checked in the last 3 days. I've actually been working. I'm on vacation like you.
I hear you. I kind of like the Jeremy Hill pick there. Maybe a little early, but he will. If I can get him in the 12th round or so, I will draft him.
Well, Bernard actually got dinged up end of last year, so law firm came in.
Yeah.
And so Jeremy Hill, he'll be the
Jeremy Hill, very talented, very talented. Justin Hunter, one of my sleepers. He goes wide receiving.
Could have
wide
a
receiver there.
big year.
I like him for Tennessee. James Starks, to be quite honest, I don't know whose team James Starks. I think he's still a Green Bay Packer, maybe.
Yeah, it's garbage.
He goes in round 10, and Niall Davis, the backup for Jamal Charles, goes last pick of round 10. All right, dude, let's breeze through these last couple. Round 11, first pick, Roy Halou.
Yeah.
Followed by Mike Evans. He's the rookie wide receiver in Tampa Bay. Could have a good year. He's a big, strong dude. Got Vincent Jackson on one side. Mike Evans could get single coverage and score some touchdowns. Panthers D goes third pick around 11. Phillip Rivers off the board, fourth pick. Followed by Patriots D, Kyle Rudolph. I like Kyle Rudolph as a sleeper tight end for Minnesota this year.
That's some good value in round 11. I agree.
I agree with you. James Jones, wide receiver. Now he's number 1 in Oakland. He's not officially the number 1 receiver there, but he will be because they got nothing in Oakland. James Jones goes off the board round 11. 49ers D next, followed by Terrence West. I want to say he's the Cleveland Browns backup behind Ben Tate, so there could be some value there. And look what old Chado does in round 11. He snags Josh Gordon in round 11.
Like a freaking tard.
Dude, if he's suspended for 4 games or 6 games, you're getting Josh Gordon for 8 games in round 11. He's got round 1 talent. Round 1 talent.
All right, can you make me a soundbite of this? Because in week 4, when that dude's piled up in some hotel room and gone through a couple $1 million, because he's all just
look.
What? You picked somebody's not playing.
In round 11, you roll the dice, you gamble. You gamble.
He's going to be there in round 14.
I don't believe so. I think other people are smart like me that would scoop him up, just holding an ace in the hole in case it happens. Okay. Follow the Josh Gordon pick. We've got the Broncos. Oh, you drafted Phillip Rivers, so that was your backup to Aaron Rodgers. See, you got some value in round 11.
Yeah, he's playing. He'll actually play.
I cannot wait to bust your ass this year in fantasy football. Broncos D goes, then Carlos Hyde. Like Carlos Hyde in San Francisco, rookie running back. Last pick, round 11. Round 12, here we go. Roethlisberger off the board. You want to say it for us?
Roethlisberger.
Thank you. Andre Brown, next pick. Ruben Randall. I draft him in that new West Coast offense for the Giants. Ruben Randall is number 2 there. Number 2.
Good pick.
I think he'll catch a lot of balls. Cardinals D goes next. Latavius Murray, running back for Oakland, goes following that. Your Bengals D goes. The Rams D, who I'm high on.
I wanted the Bengals D.
Did you?
So I can wear my helmet on game day again. Yeah.
Oh,
Who that?
Jordan Reed, tight end for the Redskins, who people would say as athletic as Jimmy Graham. We'll wait to see
Come
how
on,
that
dude.
goes. That's what they say. Team 4, you grab the Chiefs D. You should probably grab the Bengals D, but I no worries.
They were already gone.
No. C.J. Anderson off the board. Bills D goes.
Conversation that you got missed.
But really, in real life they were actually available. But you're right. Devontae Freeman, that's the running back that we mentioned for Atlanta. He goes 12th round, last pick, value there.
Good value
there. The other great value here, round 13, Brandon Cooks, rookie wide receiver, New Orleans Saints, off the draft board. Breeze got to have somebody to throw to. You got Colston, Jimmy Graham, no more Darren Sproles out of the backfield. Brandon Cooks might get tons of looks. We got a first kicker to go off the board, Matt Prater, followed by Andy Dalton, quarterback, Cincinnati Bengals, goes round 13. Love Andy Dalton this year. I don't know why. I just like him. Steven Gostkowski, kicker off your board, followed by tight end Charles Clay from Miami, another one of my sleeper tight ends. And then Tavon Austin, the rookie last year who did nothing. The Rams got to throw to somebody.
Yeah, okay. This you were singing the choir, singing the choir on this kid.
Boy, was I wrong. Hey. I'll admit when I'm wrong, unlike you, who just keep on pretending like
you grew 3 inches into a man, Chad East. You grew out of your corduroys. You were out of those husky breeches there, big boy.
Addison, see,
you grew to a man, admitting you're wrong. Admitting you're wrong.
There's not many of them, but
you're not shopping in the child section anymore, Chad East.
Admit them.
You grew up right
Addison.
there. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's move on. Justin Tucker, kicker, off your board. Andre Williams, running back for the Giants, rookie from Boston College. I like his sleeper potential. Another kicker, Mason Crosby, who cares? Zach Ertz, tight end in Philly. I grabbed that dude, round 13. And Chip Kelly's offense for Philly. Tight end gets a lot of looks. I like Zach Ertz this year to surprise. Eli, we talked about him earlier. He goes round 13. Good QB2, followed by another kicker, the kicker for Seattle. Round 14, only 3 rounds left. Let's look for some sleepers here. Stevie Johnson, with the Bills before, now with the 49ers, goes round 14.
He's lost in the mix.
You think so?
Yeah.
He said he'd get 1,000 yards receiving this year is what he said.
Dude, he's hanging out with Josh Gordon.
But think about you got Crabtree, Vernon Davis, Colin Kaepernick throwing the ball.
Colin Kaepernick running the ball.
And run. So, yeah, I like their offense this year. Dawson, kicker off the board. Andre Hawkins, the old Cincinnati Bengal, now plays for Cleveland. I drafted him in round 14. I think he's a PPR monster this year.
Yeah.
Manziel dumping to him, Hoyer dumping to him. Should be nice.
Because they got rid of a little. And
they got no receivers. there. Jarrett Boykin goes off 160.
Sleeper. Could be a sleeper. If Nelson or
Cobb
get hurt.
Yep.
He's there.
Nick Novak goes 161. Then Jonathan Stewart, running back, who's perennially banged up. He goes in round 14. Maybe there's value there, but he just can't stay healthy. Adam Vinatieri goes off the board, kicker. There's your Ben Jarvis. Green Ellis goes a 164 overall, round 14.
I think he's gone.
I would never draft him. Kenny Stills, wide receiver. Some value there. New Orleans Saints. Any receiver you can get at New Orleans?
No.
Even
later round, you know what? I still think there's some other players he could pick because Kenny Stills still gets lost in the mix with that offense out there. I mean, he has a big game, but 1 or 2 games a year.
I agree, but he's young and he's growing into his own. The next pick, Marcus Wheaton, Pittsburgh wide receiver. Pittsburgh got to have somebody to throw to. Maybe Wheaton steps up. And the last pick around 14, that's Dan Bailey, kicker.
Question.
Shoot.
All right, here's one. These are people you're going to be playing against this year. All right, would you have picked Kenny Stills or Doug Baldwin?
Or who?
Doug Baldwin.
I go Doug
exactly.
Baldwin.
And that's why I was like, I looked at it, like, what do you, Kenny Stills?
Yeah. Round 15, 2 more rounds to go. We got Carson Palmer. I mean, think about it. You're still drafting a starting quarterback in round 15. That's how deep the quarterbacks are this year in fantasy football. You got Jordan Todman, running back. He's the second pick around 15, followed by another kicker, Matt Bryant. Jonathan Dwyer. Where is Jonathan Dwyer? I can't remember off the top of my head. But he's a backup.
He's in Arizona, isn't he?
He is in Arizona. Yeah. Yep. So Jonathan Dwyer, he goes off your board in round 15. Robbie Gould, another kicker. Brandon LaFell. Now, we talked about him. He's in the Patriot offense now.
He's going to be a deep ball threat along with Dobson in New England. He may shine.
I could see LaFell kind of being some value in round 15. If Brady likes you, he'll get you the ball.
What's not if Brady likes you?
He's got to catch the ball.
He's got to get on the field. The coach,
Yeah, that's true. But I think he will. He's got the talent to get on the field.
All right, go ahead.
Josh McCown, another quarterback, off the board in round 15, the starter in Tampa Bay. I like him this year. You got Kadeem Carey comes off the board, 176, followed by Doug Baldwin. You just mentioned him. I grabbed the Buccaneers D, third to last pick in round 15, followed by Mike James, running back Tampa Bay, and Martellus Bennett. And in round 16, Addison, Joe Flacco, still on the board.
Garbage!
Chris Polk, running back, follows Flacco by Shane Grimm. Ryan Tannehill comes off fourth pick, round 16. Marcel Reese next. Denarius Moore, wide receiver, Oakland. Johnny Manziel, would you take a flyer on Johnny U? Round 16.
Yeah, you do.
He could be a starter. He could be a legitimate starter.
Well, he could, but I mean, he's already been announced he's not the starter.
Preseason. That's just preseason starter. They're not going to announce the starter for regular season until week 3 of preseason. Let's read your notes. Read your notes, sir. Robert Turbin off the board next.
I'm staring at you again.
Followed by Alex
read
Smith.
all the notes you want.
Marquise Lee,
Eyeball.
crazy value. Marquise Lee, rookie receiver for Jacksonville, followed by Bryce Brown. Bryce Brown, second to last pick of the entire draft. I like that value there. And then Saints D is Mr. Irrelevant in our mock draft. Addison, not a bad draft. Your starting team, solid. Aaron Rodgers, Matt Forte, Zach Stacy, Victor Cruz.
Solid.
Joique Bell, you can play him at flex. Reggie Wayne on your bench.
If you got a more performance-based draft, I'm going to compare it to some other things I've done. And you know what? Going tomorrow, I'll make a decision on how I'm going to go.
Yeah, Danny Woodhead.
Unlike you, upside. You are on a draw, my man.
Look at the
starters.
starters.
You are on a draw right now.
Quarterback, Tom Brady. Running back, Ryan Matthews. Running back, what's his name? Shane Vereen. Wide receivers, Demarius, Dez, and Randall Cobb. Tight end, Ertz. Got a lot of upside on my bench. Let's go. Let's go win this thing. Let's go win this thing, Addison.
You're on a draw, dude. You're on a draw.
Whatever you want to say, buddy. Well, anyway, hey, man, we're so glad to be back. Fantasy football, or fantasy formula, getting ready for some fantasy football. But before we leave, let's please thank our sponsor, Addison, the Greater Hickory Kia Classic at Rock Barn.
Jimmy Carell.
Conover, North Carolina, October 13th through 19th. It's going to be a great lineup of golfers, all the best senior pros. We've got Kenny Perry, we got Bernhard Longer, we got Freddie Couples, we got them all. So get your tickets and info at www.greaterhickorykiaclassic.com. And buddy, I'm not going to be here next week. Fortunately, I get to go on another vacation with my wonderful family. School starts in about 2 weeks, so we're going to take our girls to the beach.
What did you take? You didn't take little ankle biters last time?
Not to Mexico, dog. That was
crumb
just the homies. That was just the homies. So anyway, we're going to do that. So Addison will be here next week with you, fantasy fanatics. It's upon us, Ad. It's game time, baby.
Dude, I mean, Chad, I'm excited.
Yep, 3 weeks until the first. 3 weeks to the first game, guys. And Addison,
we're at the starting gate.
I really have missed your sound effects. Let me tell you, I have really missed them. So until next week, you fantasy fanatics.
Oh, I had to get you one more. Sorry.
Peace.
Who day?
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.